my roommate has actually seen this movie.
I saw it.
So finally,
I saw the movie.
we can discuss it together.
We can.
And it's not going to be 95% of me talking right now. It's going to be both of us talking, so just want to let you guys know about that. Alien Covenant is the movie that we watched, directed by Ridley Scott, which is the prequel to the Alien franchise and is the next movie after Prometheus, which is right behind me. Check it out. It's a really good film. But we're talking about Alien Covenant, and this film had a lot on its plate for especially fans of Prometheus. It's been 5 years since it came out. That is
a long time.
That is actually a good amount of time. 5 years ago, that's like when I started friendships with people, and now I'm friends with them 5 years later. A lot can happen during that time. A lot can happen.
You worded that so strangely.
I know. I might take that out. I might not. If I like it, I'll keep it. First of all, I want to talk about the story. So it's pretty much these colonists. Is that how you call them? Yeah, they're basically these colonists that they have 2,000 bodies and like 1,700 embryos. And they find this planet, and it takes them like 7 years to get there. Basically, the responsibility is getting all these people,
3,100 people.
I think it was like 12 crew members or 10 crew members, to get them over to Origami 6, Origami 6. Yeah, we'll just call it Origami 6, the planet. Okay, so they're trying to get there. It takes about 7 years and 4 months. They're in their sleeping hibernation pods, and then something happens. They wake up, and then they get a transmission, a beacon. Hey, this planet has a lot of good stuff like Earth. Let's go check it out. It's only 2 weeks away. Okay, that's not really out of the way. We might like it. Who knows? It saves us 7 years of sleeping. And so they go there, and what do you know? It's called Alien Covenant. So stuff happens, and that's the story. Positives, Michael Fassbender is just straight up brilliant in his role yet again as David. He truly knows like how to be this weird, creepy cyborg with his own agenda. And you truly do see that, especially near the like final 40 minutes in Prometheus, and you definitely see that in this movie. But surprisingly, Danny McBride, I was really happy. I was kind of nervous about him because he's always the slapstick funny guy that has a big mouth. He likes to cuss a lot. He wasn't annoying. He actually acted in this film. Probably the first time I ever seen Danny McBride actually be serious in a movie. The horror element in this film with the blood and the gore, Prometheus kind of had that, but not really. It didn't really focus on it. It more focused on the drama side, the more character studied side. This one was just straight up like when it was violent, oh god, it was gruesome. The last positive I have is the creation of the aliens. It was very not like super different, but I really enjoyed the ways where you see the aliens coming out of people's bodies, or how they enter and how the virus spreads, and that there's actually many different forms of how to create the aliens. There's the antidote from Prometheus, there are the canisters, and then also the spores in this one, where it's like literally particles that like you cannot see, but they will go inside your ear, your nostrils, any body part that's available, they will go inside and screw your DNA up. How the aliens are going to be created, how it's all possibly going to connect with the very first ever xenomorph, and if they go this route with the intrigue that I'm still having for, I think it'll be very well worth the wait for the third and fourth movie. But now, after saying that, let's go to the negatives. As in my biggest negative, I just want to start with my biggest negative out of the way, is that if you are a fan of Prometheus, because it was very 50-50 with people with the movie. They're either like, this movie is stupid and slow and boring, has nothing to do with Alien, or that people were like, this is very different and intriguing, and I'm so excited to see what they're going to do with Elizabeth Shaw and the engineers and David and what's going to happen. They're going to the home planet to find answers. Well, you don't really get that at all in this film. But I wish that they tampered with the questions from Prometheus in this film. They just didn't at all. And it's because it wasn't like the best film of the year, or like one of the top 10 best films of the year, or 20. It just was kind of for people. Even though it was, like, I guess critically somewhat successful, I really hope Ridley Scott doesn't scratch away the engineer's story. And I really hope he doesn't just say aliens and we're just going to focus on that. No, I want to know about the creation and the creators and how it all happens. Why did the engineers change their minds after creating humans? Why do they want to kill them and drop that payload over them? I appreciate this movie a little bit more than Alien Covenant, because if we waited 5 years, like I said in the beginning, you want answers. And you're not supposed to be truly confused. As I wasn't confused at Prometheus, it's just I was left pondering in my thoughts, being like, I wonder what that means. But with this one, it's like, how does that work? Last one I have is that the pacing is off, especially between the 45 mark and then after something happens in the half point, it has like about 10 to 15 minutes of just not really chill time. I don't want to say it like is really boring, but it's like how my friend likes to say, not a lot is happening. So before I give my final score, what is whatever you want, however you do this? I don't know. Overall thoughts, positive, I don't know. Shout outs, or whatever you do now. We haven't done this in a while, so it's kind of different.
I guess. Fassbender was really good. I genuinely believed he was a robot.
He's a very good dude at that. Emotional.
Despite how grotesque it was, the design on the aliens was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like that new one, the Neomorph. Overall, the production design was pretty incredible, honestly.
Oh.
I mean, the sets, the environment, the locations that they filmed at.
Super beautiful.
Were beautiful. Like, gorgeous.
One thing I can say is that it's a beautiful film to look at.
Because, I mean, the trailers make it obvious. Oh, look, an alien, like, you know, one that's mostly like the one you all know.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't totally understand how we got that, but my opinion of a movie shouldn't... I can really only think of one movie that ever reached back in time and changed my opinion of another movie. We were talking about it before. But that shouldn't happen.
Who knows, we might...
I want them to use it to say why, but knowing why for this movie would have been kind of nice, because I guess I can't speak for, you know, the rest of the world, because I know the alien is what sells, but with or without the alien, I don't know if just because Ripley was the first, I kind of doubt it, because they spent a lot of good focus on her, but she's still easily the most memorable person in the entire franchise. Why am I actually here watching this movie? Am I here hoping I'm gonna get more answers from questions in Prometheus?
Or
am I here because the alien looks cool and I want to see what it can do?
So for this, I'm going to give Alien Covenant a no harm done. It is a fine, good film with some very entertaining moments, but it leaves you very puzzled in the ending, and it just, you want more. That's my review for Alien Covenant. My next review should be either Baywatch or Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales, so be looking out for those. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please don't forget to be blessed.